Hello and welcome to a short presentation to help you prepare for your initial assessment meeting to be considered for the new Enterprise programme. We've put together a small presentation to help you understand and prepare you for your meeting with your Enterprise Advisor with People Plus. On the call today, I have with me my colleague Mark Tucker, who's going to go through a few more finer details before we explain how the programme works. Over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Raj. We'll leave this on the screen for a moment to give you a chance to read it, but basically the new Enterprise Allowance, or NEA, is part funded by the European Social Fund, or ESF, which is why you will see their logo on all of the paperwork. As the slide says, if you want to know more about ESF, just go to the website mentioned there at the bottom. I suppose it's best at this point to remind you that the NEA is entirely voluntary. No one is forcing you to do anything, and we're certainly not forcing you to become self-employed. All we're doing is giving you the opportunity to investigate it fully and see if it is a viable option for you. There are almost 5 million self-employed people in the UK at the moment, which is just over 15% of the entire working population. Why would you want to make someone else rich and be at their beck and call when you could easily work for yourself and reap all the benefits? Of course, we're not saying it's going to be easy, and self-employment is not for everyone. Some people feel they want a job for security. But as we have seen recently, there is very little security in having a job. The security comes from you, not your employer. And it doesn't matter how old you are, anyone can be self-employed. The energy of the young is just as important as the experience and knowledge of the older person. We'd better get the advert in while we can. Basically, People Plus are pretty good at what we do, mainly because we have made all the mistakes you are likely to make, and we have been where you are now. Hopefully that means you're a little bit excited, a little bit intrigued, and possibly even a little bit scared. That's good. It means we are talking to the right people. At the moment, all appointments are virtual, either through telephone, email, or Microsoft Teams. We may be able to offer face-to-face appointments as long as everyone can be kept safe. Prior to any face-to-face meeting, we will ask you if you have had contact with anyone who has had a confirmed case of COVID-19 in the last 14 days, and also ask you about your own health. If you refuse to answer the questions or your advisor is unhappy with your answers, the meeting will not take place. If it does take place, please adhere to all social distancing and other safety requirements laid down by your advisor and the venue. I'll hand back to Raj now to give you a general overview of how the NEA works and what you can do to prepare for the meeting.
Thank you, Mark. So, 5 questions to ask yourself before your meeting. Can you explain your business idea briefly? Can you let us know how far you've got in terms of progress? Is it just a seed of an idea, or have you started to invest some money, time, effort? What makes you think this idea is going to work for you and hopefully provide a livelihood? What are your main stumbling blocks at the moment? And I suppose this is the most important one for us as advisors, to know that how can we overcome the obstacles that you feel that you're facing? And when would you like to start the business? So if you could have a think about these questions before you attend the initial assessment, that'd be great stuff. Following the initial assessment meeting, the NEA programme may begin. If we feel that you are not at the right stage in terms of progress or in terms of your business idea, your advisor may suggest that you go away and do further market research and then come back to us, as the time on the scheme, the programme is time constrained. So if we do take you onto the programme, we have no more than 12 weeks to work with you to help you complete a business plan and cash flow forecast. We send these templates over to you, and we also book you on to attend webinars with business advisors, and we encourage you to have as many one-to-one sessions that you need with your business advisor to help you work through the business plan. The idea is that as you're working through the 12 weeks, as you're attending the webinars and seeing your business advisor, you're exploring self-employment, understanding more about self-employment and working out if this idea is the right thing for you. The webinars cover topics such as business planning, market research, finance, bookkeeping, and advanced marketing. These webinars are all done via Microsoft Teams, and during the time in between the webinars, or either before or after, that is when you can take up the opportunity to meet with your advisor. Again, if requested, face-to-face, as long as the meeting is COVID secure, telephone, email, and via Microsoft Teams. Please note, whilst you're working on your business plan, your benefit will remain the same, continue as normal, as long as you are satisfying the job centre requirements. But there is no job search whilst you're working with People Plus on the NEA programme. Please note that you need to keep your benefit active in order for you to access the NEA support. Hopefully, within the 12 weeks, you will be presenting the business plan for approval. You can fast track this process, so if you need to move faster with your business idea and need to start trading sooner, please let your business advisor know. Please also note there should be no trading until the business plan has been presented for approval. Once the plan's been handed back to your business advisor, hopefully they will approve it. If the plan is not presented, then the program's terminated, and if for any reason you don't turn up for any of the appointments and we never hear from you again, then you're exited off the scheme. Hopefully, plan is approved and we can move on to the next stage. The next stage depends on whether you're on universal credit or job seekers allowance. In either case, you've got a maximum of 13 weeks after the plan has been approved to decide if you want to start the business. If you decide you do not want to start trading and you've changed your mind, no problem. We just refer you back to the job centre. However, if you decide you want to start trading and you do start trading, that's when the new enterprise allowance payments are paid. If you're on job seekers allowance and you start trading, then your job seekers allowance benefit stops and you start to get the NEA payments. However, if you are on universal credit, your universal credit claim does not stop. It continues alongside the NEA payments, depending on your eligibility and circumstances, and can remain open for up to a maximum of 12 months. The NEA payments are £65 a week for the first 13 weeks from the date that you start trading, and then £33 per week for the following 13 weeks. Again, this is in addition to your universal credit payments if you are on UC. However, your universal credit payments will be affected depending on the profit that you make on the business. Please note the new enterprise allowance payments are tax-free, and it doesn't matter how much profit you do or do not earn in the business, they remain the same. It doesn't matter what other benefits you are or are not getting, they remain the same, as long as you will be working 16 hours a week or more on the business and in the business. Don't worry about marketing, tax, the legal aspects of starting and running your business. We will be covering these in the webinars and with your advisor. As Mark said earlier, the NEA scheme is all about exploring your options and working out if this is the right thing for you. The programme is voluntary. However, we do expect some commitments from yourself, and we will also, in the following slides, cover the basics of how your universal credit will be affected and the safety net that it can provide.
Thank you, Raj. As we've said, the NEA is designed to help you decide if self-employment is for you. If you do decide to go self-employed, then universal credit can continue to support you for up to 12 months. During that time, you remain on universal credit while you're building your business and getting to what's called your minimum income floor, or MIF, which is roughly the minimum wage for your age and circumstances. During that time, you need to report your profits to the job centre every month. During the 12 months, your universal credit will reduce as your profits increase, giving you a very welcome safety net. This is called the universal credit taper. For every £1 profit you make after allowable deductions, your universal credit will reduce by 63p. For example, here you can see someone's getting £700 universal credit and they earn £300 profit in their first month. All that happens is that £300 is multiplied by 0.63 to give £189. The universal credit is then reduced by that £189 down to £511. So now you have £511 plus your £300 profit, which equals £811, and on top of that your NEA money of £260, giving you a total income for the month of £1,071. If you're responsible for a child or young person or have health conditions that affect your ability to work, then you may be eligible for the work allowance, and that's applied before the taper takes effect. Raj will now talk you through the commitments we all need to make.
Thank you, Mark. So, your commitments to us, and more importantly, yourself. Be honest. We can't help or guide you if you're not prepared to be open and honest with us. Be available for when your advisor calls, as they may not have time to call you back, and our diaries are filling up pretty fast at the moment. Log in and attend the seminars. Your advisor asks you to attend. These seminars are going to be via Microsoft Teams, and this can be downloaded for free on your phone, laptop or computer. Take responsibility. This is your business, not ours. We would love to help and guide you, but we can't do the work for you. Fulfill your responsibilities under the benefits system as your work coach requires. Remember, your benefit needs to remain active in order for you to access the new Enterprise Allowance programme. In return, we also make some commitments to yourself. We will be honest, fair and impartial. We will give you the support that you need to make the decision that is right for you. We will encourage you to make the most of the skills and the talents that you have and help you understand your weaknesses and how to deal with these. We will guide you through the first stages of your business and signpost you to the other organisations who can also help you. Please note that the People Plus support is available for 12 months after you have started trading. And to be fair, this is when you're going to need a lot of help and support. So, what should the next 12 months hopefully look like for you? After listening to this short presentation, you'll hopefully log on to your initial assessment meeting. This also can be over the phone. If everyone is happy, the paperwork's completed and returned, and we can get you onto the programme. Attend the webinars and seminars. Attend the meetings with your advisor, either face-to-face or via Teams. Work through your business plan. Keep the job centre informed through your journal. Complete the business plan and present for approval. And if approved, prepare for trading and claim the NEA monies. Please note that the NEA payments are made by the Job Centre. The new Enterprise Allowance programme is a DWP run scheme and all monies are paid by the Job Centre. Work on your business. Keep the Job Centre and Universal Credit informed of your progress every month, as Mark explained. Work towards hitting your minimum income floor within 12 months. Please confirm to us your status after 6 months. A check-in. As I've said earlier, you have our support for 12 months after you started trading. But if after 6 months, we will definitely be checking in and just finding out how you're getting along. Continue in your business with the UC support, the UC safety net. Keep the Job Centre and the Universal Credit informed, and hopefully you're working on your way to achieving the minimum income floor and celebrating the first year in business. Hopefully that makes things a little bit more clearer, and we look forward to seeing you at the meeting. Don't be late.